All right. Hello, everybody. We are running Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 150cc. I am Tired Dad. That's me.
And my name is Ben Foolery. I also speedrun this game. So.
Yep. He was a competitive player, and he popped into my stream and was like, "Hey, I should try that," and then murdered my speed runs. So that's exciting stuff. But
years of practice.
Yeah. So this game, the setup for it, for pretty much all the no item speed runs, is we've got 150cc or 200 if you run 200. No items, hard computer, in order, and 16 races for the Nitro tracks. And time will start as soon as I push OK. So I'll give a quick countdown and then we'll start talking about the game. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
Righto, do you want me to take over, or do you want to explain some stuff first?
I can explain a little bit. Most of the basis of this game is hitting lines, soft drifting, getting drift boosts when you normally wouldn't be able to get those kind of boosts if you were playing more on a casual. And then from here, then we can go ahead.
Righto. So off the bat, something that we're going to see Tired Dad do a lot is try and get to 10 coins as fast as possible on just about every track in the game. So we do this because once you, as you accumulate coins, your top speed is increased. And the difference between 0 coins and 10 coins is roughly the same between the slowest and fastest karts in the game. So collecting those 10 coins as early as possible just makes the remainder of the tracks that much easier. Alright, we just saw Tired Dad there go for the first NISC, or no item shortcut. So we do those on several tracks. They're just advanced driving tech that saves time. We go off-road, but by holding mini turbo boosts, we're able to not be affected by the off-road so much. And save time that way. Ooh, hit that barrel. That's
that
tough.
barrel tech there, like, it's so weird. Sometimes it doesn't affect. You can plow right through it, and sometimes I feel like it's just like, no, you're just gonna stop right now. I don't appreciate you coming into my personal space.
Yeah, that barrel is like 50-50 on whether it will slow you down or not. We're also seeing glider tech in this first track. The way he's holding a mini turbo off the glider, it's faster than tricking off in this instance. Aside from the barrel, that's a very clean Mario Kart Stadium.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Definitely better than my my practice runs last night.
Yeah, let's not talk about those. Why is no item tech? Does it not work with it? So items essentially with this game just adds another random variable that you can't control. There is strategy in item use, but there's things that you can't control, such as when the bots will use the lightning bolt or get triple red shells and things like that in second. So it's just another layer of variability that you can add into the game. People do run items, other people prefer the no items. It's really just personal preference.
Yeah, I dislike RNG significantly. And I'm pretty positive Ben gets enough items in his competitive play.
Yeah, I see more than enough item spam to suit me. So no items is a nice break from all the spam. Right, so just still getting it pretty well. Alright, so let's talk about the kart combo that we're using. So we've got Roy with the bitty buggy, roller wheels, and then a glider that increases our mini turbo. Why Roy, Mike the Magician? That is the question. So essentially for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the most important stat in the game is the mini turbo stat. It's a hidden stat, so you won't find it on like the stat bars when you're choosing your character combo. But it is there, and the bitty buggy, the roller wheels, and the glider that we use all have the maximum mini turbo stat. And then we get the remaining speed from Roy. He's not the fastest in the game. That would be Dry Bowser or Wario. But he does have a little bit more mini turbo than those two. So he's just the perfect balance of speed and mini turbo to go with the kart combo. That's a pretty clean water park and all.
Yeah, not too bad.
You love to see it. So on this map, we will see the first accelerated glider. So it is coming up right here, just around this turn. The way that Tired Dad there hops onto the end of the glider ramp rather than tricking off it, it just skips the trick animation and it decreases the amount of time it takes to get to the accelerated speed of the glider. It saves about 0.2 or 0.3 seconds per lap, but it's a pretty free time save, so there's no reason not to go for things like that. Still pretty clean. That's nice. That was a very clean lap one. Yeah. 10 coins and everything. Something you'd love to see.
Yeah, the 10 coins there can be a little rough to get. If you miss one, you're not getting 10, unless you go out of your way. But oftentimes it's not worth going out of your way because the time loss negates the speed increase.
So what we'll see here on lap 2 and 3 is we're going on the blue path rather than the pink. So we do that because we're able to generate an extra mini turbo on the blue, but we take the pink on lap 1 to guarantee we get the coins. So that's just a little path difference on laps 2 and 3 compared to lap 1 on Sweet Sweet Canyon.
Yeah, there's not a whole... There aren't many tracks where you differentiate your path. But the ones that do, it's all about coin routing.
Yeah. Can any of the Koopalings work, or does it have to be Roy? So Roy, Donkey Kong, and Waluigi are the three that are all in the same weight class, the cruiser weight class. So any one of those three works with this kart combo. I feel like most people run Waluigi because of the memes around Waluigi. But I mean, Roy's my boy, so off. Yeah. If anyone's ever joined a global or worldwide race with a whole bunch of Japanese players, you will see 11 other Waluigis and you. So. Burning out is unfortunate.
See, I just recently got the digital copy of the game. There is a lot of free time save with the digital versus cartridge due to the load times. But with that free time save also comes some slight timing differences with the starter boost, or the starter turbo. And it is still throwing me off, so I wouldn't be surprised if I do that at least one more time.
Yeah, even burning out like 4 or 5 times, it is still faster on the digital just because you save around 25 seconds over the course of the run, just on loads. Even burning out multiple times, it's still faster. Alright, so on Thwomp Ruins here, we see the first example of cycles in the game. So there are several tracks that have universal cycles attached to them, and this is one of them. So you saw in the starting section those kind of cogwheels rolling down the track. Once the first one of them gets to a certain point, it unlocks a different path that we can take on lap 3, just to save a little bit of time on the glider compared to the water route.
Yeah, this was
So we'll
a very
see that.
rough long through.
Yeah, we're probably about one wheel behind where we'd normally be with the burnout and the off-road clip.
Yep, we were one full wheel behind.
Yeah, so that glider there isn't available on lap 1 and 2, but we can take it on lap 3. It's just an easier line to hit, essentially. Cool. And we're going 3 for 3 on this one. Lovely. Yeah, so that's a Nintendo developer intended shortcut there. Pretty easy to hit that one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There's no
nothing too fancy on
slowdown when you hit that one. So it's just like hitting normal track. There's no slowdown like some of the other ones where you have to, where the off-road slows you down and you have to compensate.
Yeah, that's developer intended. So on to Mario Circuit. This is where we will talk soft drifting. So, excuse me. Soft drifting is a mechanic in the game where you're able to charge mini turbos faster than you normally would, essentially. So by positioning your analog stick at 30 degrees from directly right or left, so like 10 and 2, if you think of it like a clock face, you're still able to charge the mini turbo at the maximum rate, but you'll be turning at a softer angle. So for turning less sharp, you are still building the mini turbo at the maximum rate. So you'll see on some of these corners, TiredDad will be able to generate the purple mini turbos at a much faster rate than what may seem natural. It's a good piranha cycle. That was really fast.
You can technically go under those piranhas on lap 1, but it is a precise hit.
There's not many pixels to spare on those.
No, I've been underneath it. It has chomped air and still hit me, so I'm not sure where to actually dodge that at. So I just avoid him on lap 1. Safer that way.
Yeah, you don't want to be risking too much on lap 1 here.
Not for, like half a second time save if that.
Yeah, if you're half a second away from like sub 39 or something, then maybe, but in general, it's just not worth. We'll also see here, we've seen at every lap, TiredDad is avoiding that glider. Just mini turbo along the ground is faster, as his land speed is faster than his airspeed with this kart setup. Cool. What track's up next? Is it Toad Harbor? Do I know my tracks?
Yeah, Toad Harbor.
Lovely. Cool. This is another track with lots of universal cycle on the second half of the track. There's a tram system that is running along the back half and lining up to collect coins off the back of some of the trams is required on lap 1, and if you get good alignment you can also bounce off the top of them on lap 2 if you're on pace.
Oh, see, I don't take that route.
Oh yeah, you go the left side, don't you? Well, they're the riskiest coins in the game, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Those 3.
Which I only managed to get 1, but these coins
There's enough
here,
coins to make it.
just split those coins instead.
Who needs them? Yeah, the difference between 9 and 10 coins isn't too much, but the difference between 0 and 10 is vast.
Yes.
So,
but oftentimes there's enough coins at the beginning of a track that kind of makes up that 1 or 2 coins that you may have missed on lap 1.
we also see here that we're not tricking off the ramp in the middle. So while a lot of players will trick off just about every ramp that they can, that one, if you trick off it, you'll often careen into the back wall and it'll cancel your drift and slow you to a halt, which loses time in the long run.
Yeah.
So we just go off the ramp standard and then hold a drift off it.
Yeah, the speed boost that you get from the trick boost is too much.
Yeah, so we just go off that in a straight line and then drift around. It's just much safer. I think that's just about it for Toad Harbor.
Yeah. The one other thing is you want to hold and go around the far side. There is a boost panel in that little kind of shortcut. It's not really a shortcut. It's longer to go that route with that boost panel than it is to just hit your straighter lines.
Yeah. Cool. So next is Twisted. One of the best soundtracks in the game, so treat yourself.
It also has one of my favorite drift / transformations. Yeah, I didn't get a good starter.
Lemmy's giving you a run for your run.
There are times where you feel like you hit the best possible, like starter turbo, and then the AI is there to remind you that you didn't.
Yeah. And here we see lovely glide attack.
I love this.
Gorgeous drift. You hold it all the way off, and then you've got a super mini turbo through the air. I don't think I actually talked about the difference in the mini turbos. So there's 3 levels, which is a normal mini turbo or MT, then the orange one, which is the super mini turbo or SMT, and then the purple one at the end, or the ultra mini turbo or UMT.
I usually just call them by their color. It wasn't until maybe like a month ago that I actually bothered learning their names, and I've been running this game since the Wii U.
Yeah. It's just different stages and strengths of mini turbo. So whenever we're able to hold for a UMG or the purple boost, we always go for that. It just
doesn't the purple
duration
have about the strength and duration of a mushroom?
It's less strong than a mushroom, but the end result is about equal because the length of the purple is so long. I think it saves like 0.9 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's
roughly if you do a mushroom in a straight line. Yeah.
Like if I in practice, if I were missing an ultra, it was a significant time difference between just hitting a super. So the mini turbos, if you miss a standard mini turbo in and of itself, you lose quite a bit of time, believe it or not.
Yeah. On to one of my least favorite tracks, but one of the most forgiving game, Shy Guy Falls.
Yeah, this one you can miss 5-6 coins and still end up with 10 by the end of the first lap.
Yeah. There's about 20 coins or so on the best route, so you just pick 10 of them.
Pretty much.
This waterfall is absolutely brutal. When there's items, you get shocked on it, you just end up sliding backwards. So it's just nice when there's no items in play.
Absolutely, yeah. I hate RNG. Yeah, I love RNG.
Yeah, there's not much else to really talk about on Shy Guy Falls, I don't think.
No,
mostly.
You get some soft drifting around the first couple, that when you get the super and the ultra there. And then from there, after you get your coins, it's just really about holding your lines as tight as possible. There's a surprising number of tracks where you don't really have a whole lot of special tech. It's all about just holding the skill and holding your lines.
Yeah.
You know, you think speedrunning Mario Kart, like, oh man, you must be hitting secrets and myths and all this special stuff, but, you know, maybe in, like, the older Mario Karts, they have a lot more of that kind of stuff. I know Mario Kart 64 has some pretty...
Yeah, I was going to say Mario Kart 64. Yeah. I mean, technically there is the end miss on this one, but it's so hard on 150.
Yeah, it's really just a 200cc thing.
Yeah, it's not quite frame perfect, but it's tough. You need 10 coins for it. Yeah, it's just...
Oh cool, I got the super at the end.
Nice. That was clean.
Apparently, I missed too many turbos on the waterfall, but...
yeah, those don't matter too much.
No, because the moving water...
Yeah.
That's one thing, and you'll see coming up once we get to the downhill. Your first, yep, I saw that. Still getting that timing down. But it's the Wario down. No, I forget the name of it.
Mount Warrior. That was new lines invented here. You saw it here first. That'll be incorporated into the world record run in no time, I'm sure. So that there was just another example of a high-speed glider.
Same with this one.
Yeah, so we just hold this Ultra Mini Turbo off the end there and boost away through almost the entire duration of the glider. Yes, Shadow, this is Ben, live in the flesh. Featuring TiredDad.
The guy who got Ben into speedrunning.
Shh, we don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
And then it was like, man, alright, you just pushed me back a place on the leaderboards, thanks.
I play this game a lot. That's my excuse.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So technically on that lap 2, if you're on an insane pace, you can trick. Which is really unique and cool, but the timing is really tough to get.
So that's a perfect example there around that bend of soft drifting, hitting that super mini turbo while going under the or going to the right side of that the walkway. Because if you weren't soft drifting, you're not getting that. Ooh, yeah! Oh, I'm gonna hit the wall.
You got all excited.
I did. But what I was saying before with Shy Guy Falls and then Mount Wario, which is coming up, moving water does affect your speed. So missing... Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm just going to play it safe from now on. I'm not going for the best.
The draft of Baby Razor.
Kind of makes up a little bit, but
Yeah.
not all the time. So up here, Ben can talk about the shaking.
Yeah, so this eel is notorious for people competing over how many tricks they can get off it. So normally what we do for just about every trick that we're doing is using the R button or ZR to perform the trick. But you can also trick by shaking the controller, and by doing it on that eel, you're able to get essentially frame-perfect inputs and trick at every single point that it's possible to, which means you can get 7, 8, 9 tricks if you get the alignment right. I think it's the only point in the game where shake tricking is actually good, because you lose quite a bit of control by shaking your controller about like a madman.
I also do it on Mount Wario on the last
on the mobile section? The bumps after the X-turns? Yeah.
Once you told me about it, I started doing it there, and it's easier.
I can't believe we haven't even mentioned the soundtrack here.
Oh yeah, easily one of the best.
The saxophone is just... oof.
The soundtrack to this game in general is just fantastic, honestly. I don't think there's any song where I particularly hated. I am still not quite as good at turbos, so if I get 5 mini turbos off of that, I'm doing pretty good. These guys getting 9 are just super human.
Yeah, I play this game a lot. But we also saw a little example there of snaking. Just mini turbos left and right, just is faster than going in a straight line, which is nice.
Yeah, Ben's commentating. He'd probably be doing better than I am right now.
Button I haven't. I've got it closed while I'm doing it. Shake it like a Polaroid, yeah. That's right, Cosmic. All the good soundtracks are in the Nitro tracks.
This race doesn't really have a whole lot of really interesting tech. It's hitting your lines, hitting your soft drifting and your mini turbos, and then the what do you call them? The super glides.
Yeah, the this would just be a fast glider.
Ben, have you been keeping track of the cones?
I have 8 so far.
Alright. So I am going to be donating. Oh. And I just saved myself some money there, I guess. 50 cents per cone that I hit throughout the entire run. And I challenge anybody else to do the same thing. I just saved you guys some money, so... Because there are some cones that are just... you can't escape hitting them. There's some that, maybe I can dodge, but
maybe you won't.
Maybe I'll just get extra cones, just because.
Yeah. The cones are just in the way, so we want them out of the way. That only counts as 1, by the way. We're at 10 now. Make that 13.
Yeah, this is very cone heavy.
Yeah. Both me and Tired Dad will be donating that. So yeah, everyone feel free to match if you game. We're at 14 at the moment. Not sure if there's any more after
an
this.
extra one, just because.
15.
Normally you don't get that one.
Yeah, that one was cheeky.
We'll add 2 more.
17 for good luck.
So this is now turned into Nitro Cup's cone percent.
Just hit every cone and then leave.
Yeah, just I will literally hit every cone I can. I'm not gonna do it. I gotta do fast, right?
Yeah. Okay, so here we have Mount Warrior. This is the first and only segmented race in the Nitro Cups. There's one of these races in each of the Nitro, Retro, and DLC cups. So instead of doing 3 laps of the same track, this is just start to finish, get to the end as fast as possible. And it's still split into 3 segments to meet that Mario Kart vibe.
So this is the part that I was talking about with the moving water. It is faster. Even with that mess up there, it is faster to hit that bottom route than it is to hit the top route.
Yeah. On 200, I think you go the glider because the boost you get from the boost pad is significant enough. but on 150 the water is better. And here we'll see a nice little mist. So to hit that one, you just be neutral on the analog stick and then press the off button, and then you're good to go. Oh, you're avoiding all the trees. Oh, nice job.
Yeah, that was cool.
I hate those trees.
Yeah. I think that's pretty universal to anybody who plays this game. You don't even have to speedrun it. Those trees are brutal.
Yeah, saw some shake tricking in there.
Yeah, I missed the first one. But... So this is one of the few times when you actually hit the trick on the glide, because it gives you the height to get all of those circle boosts. With no problem. Then the soft drifting with the super mini turbo.
And there we go. One more cup to go.
It's been pretty clean so far. I mean, a few burnouts. I'm definitely
aside from the burnouts, no mistakes. It's been clean.
However, this is the hardest one.
Indeed.
Hardest.
But this track is just beautiful. The scenery in this track is gorgeous.
The scenery, the music for this is some of my favorite music. I believe this music is from Mario Galaxy.
Now you're pushing my knowledge. I think it's a remix. It might be SNV2.
But I absolutely love this.
So here we can see more universal cycles, these boost pads and the way they get like shocked by the lightning. That's all on a universal timer. So we're able to just know which ones we can hit at different times and which ones to take. This track also has a pretty difficult coin route.
Yeah, it's one of the few that you don't hit 10 coins on the first lap.
I think you might have missed one because those two there that we just pick up are normally the last.
Yeah, I missed
fine.
the one on the leaf.
On the leaf, okay. How ironic that you're using the cloud glider in the clouds.
Oh yeah. The only way.
And going this right side here at this pass split is faster than the left side. For those wondering, it's not just preference.
I was trying for that second.
Oh, you went for it.
I did. I shouldn't have, but I did.
That's where that one coin might have actually mattered.
Yeah.
Like extra 0.1 or 0.2.
That's alright. Marathon stretch, right? Marathon stretch.
Yeah, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, I've been trying to go for just about all of the hard stuff. If I have time afterwards and it's okay with the hosts here, I'll try to show off the Womp Ruins. It's hard. Oh, I missed that super.
So this is Bone Dry Dunes. I think it's the only desert track in the Nitros, and it has some of the worst physics because the sand physics in this game are really slippery. They're more akin to ice physics in most games. So driving on sand
Yeah, especially hitting these 3 coins. If you don't get the right angle on those, you'll end up like going past them because you slide past them.
Very lucky that the only ice track in the Nitros is an outlaw. But it's more of a snowy vibe, so it's got a little bit of grip to it. Where sherbet land in the retros is pure ice, and it is.
Oh man, that one is.
It's evil.
Yeah, I've been learning the retros lately, and they're those tracks are rough.
Welcome to my world. That's nice. Yeah, there's not much else to really talk about on this track. Yeah, it's...
Oh, you didn't want to hit that. Trick always messes me up. I used to be able to hit it, and still get that path routed, but the ultra miniature throws me off with the speed.
Yeah, sure.
These ultras weren't the
They weren't in.
they weren't in the Wii U. You just had the fire hop, which was the worst thing ever. Ruined your fingers. Ben, I don't think you really played the Wii U version, did you?
I did not play the Wii U at all. I was still pouring out. So
yeah, the Wii U version, there was a tech called fire hopping, and essentially what it was is whenever you would get a turbo, like a super mini turbo, even a regular mini turbo, you could jump and it maintained the speed for as long as you were jumping. Because there's, I don't know if it was intended or if it was just an oversight, but if you were in the air, you couldn't lose your turbo.
I believe it was an oversight because they fixed it in.
They did fix it.
Deluxe. Yeah, which is it's so much better. Games without fire hopping are great.
Yeah, that was. Oh, ooh. Gotta keep people on the edge.
Well, you're succeeding.
Including myself.
Yeah, so I think on every lap there we go on the left side of Bowser. We can just trick off the terrain more, just with the cycles.
Yeah,
faster,
Bowser's punched me flat more times than I'd like to admit on the right side. So I just don't even bother.
Fun fact about this track before I forget, coming up around the next turn, if you try to trick off your trick will fail because it is programmed that way for no reason.
If you trick off where?
Off the second arrow from the left.
Oh yeah. That has
you'll just hop
more times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, it's just poorly programmed around.
Now, just kind of go towards the center.
Yeah, it's the best way. It's been a very clean Bowser's Castle.
Yep. Pretty smooth. I was very tempted to call this Roy %. I tried to get a bid war for a choice of character, and then we just changed our minds because we all knew it was going to be Roy.
Yeah, Roy's the boy. So here we are on the final track, Rainbow Road, as is tradition. Lots of mixed feelings about this Rainbow Road because it is less rainbowy than what we're used to with Mario Kart, but I personally think it's a pretty nice track.
Whoa.
Oi.
Alright. That's what I get for trying to do the green path instead of taking the inside like a negative.
So here we'll see a path switch.
Or me missing it and falling.
Here we'll see TiredDad fall off the edge of the track.
Totally intended strat, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
RNG manipulation.
That's right. I gotta get those cycles. Oh man.
It's fine. We'll get the path switch on this second lap. There we go. Yeah, so we jump from the right path to the left path, I think. Yeah. It just cuts off a whole bunch of track doing that.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it didn't save time, I would do it just because of lag.
It is one that is super easy to learn, and you can show off to your friend when you can.
Yeah, 200cc, don't you actually, like, path switch twice?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. Whenever I get 200 on this, I still just do the one pass switch.
But the trick to this, especially to get that super mini turbo, is as soon as you hit that little circle boost, I don't even know what those things are called, you start drifting, and then it holds that mini turbo all the way down. Time, by the way.
Yeah, time was as he crossed the line.
Yep. So, on my end, I think that was like a 39.52. Something.
I think
like
it might have been I think it might have been a 50 because the timer stopped a couple seconds late from what I could see.
Okay. So
sub 40. Good run, sub 40.
Sub
yeah, good
40,
run, man.
My previous PB before switching to digital was a 39.55, so that was better than my previous PB. So
digital.
Yeah, digital makes a world of difference if you want to get into this. There are some really, really good resources. I don't know if anybody watched GDQ, but Pianist. And I think it was Pianist, Amber, and I forget who else ran. But they did a relay.
The other one?
Yeah. They did a relay at GDQ, and Pianist has some fantastic resources. On
Pianist is the go-to guy.
Speedruns.com page for this, so it's a lot of fun to run. You really start to learn, like, wow, really simply holding this turn a little bit closer in or holding this tighter makes a huge time difference. It's kind of crazy how much of a difference, you know, holding this line versus this one makes. So if we have time, do I have time to try to show off the one?
Yeah, we got approval to go for the Throm. Show that off. Yeah, we have approval.
Okay.
I checked.
So
I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
Okay, like, go ahead and do it, evil grin. So this one, I'm not going to try to hit it on lap 1, since lap 1, you start in 8th place when you start on the race. But there is, you'll see on the left, a little ramp.
Left, just there, there's a little ramp that is designed to be used with a mushroom. But by being cheeky, we can do it.
Yeah, if you hit it just right, you get a super mini turbo build up. You can hit that. And I'm not very good at it. I'm actually surprised we hit the Mario Kart Stadium disc as well. Oh, that's good. Totally intended.
Just getting it aligned properly.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, so I missed the turbo there. Now, the thing is that I've noticed, you don't really lose time. Maybe half a second, if that. If you miss the mist there, because it cuts off that entire, like, back turn, that hairpin. Let's see if we can hit it. the guys on the top, who are on the top of the leaderboards, like I want to say like top 15, they all hit this flawlessly every time. And we missed it. But that's essentially it. You do a couple little hops, and I've learned that those little hops kind of help build up turbo if you hit those hops like frame perfect. I don't even think they have to be frame perfect, but if you hit them back to back, they build up a little bit more mini turbo. And then
they're both for alignment and turbo gain. So,
I tried. I failed. If you want to see some really cool stuff, watch some of these top level runs. It's amazing what they do. If you thought what I did was good, be blown away. Be blown away. But if you want to come and hang out sometime, hit me up at TiredDadGames. That's me. I'm the Tired Dad. Ben, he also streams. He plays. Oh, apparently we're still going. He plays competitively. I don't like to play online with him anymore because he leaves me in the dust. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you want to see competitive, come check me out at Ben Foolery. Yeah, I do speedrun as well, so it's not all just competitive play.
Thanks, Deathline. First time I actually ran a marathon ever was Speed Stuff for Charity 1, and I ran Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. My best PB got me up to 30th on the leaderboards. My latest PB on Wii U, my latest PB has me at 22nd now for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I'm really happy with that. But we'll let you guys get on with the marathon. Thanks for having me. And
thanks for having both of us.
Raise some good money.
Thank you very much for running.
Ben, real quick, before we're kicked off, how many cones?
18.
18. All right. So that's $9. And I challenge anyone and everyone to match that.